you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you very much for lending me your time and your ear listening into another video from me. I'm going to talk about Metroid Prime Blast Ball. The demo that's on the eShop is available for people to download now. It became available yesterday after they did the direct about Metroid Prime Federation Force. Um, for all the hate that this game, that Federation Force is getting, Blast Ball kind of shows me that they had their heads in the right direction as far as the gameplay mechanics and how everything works. I'm going to break it down like this. People complain about wanting traditional controls in games with the first person perspective. Literally, Metroid Prime is going back to that. On 3DS, it gives them some room to experiment because it's, one, the more popular platform that they have. Two, it's cheaper to make games on it. And the control sets are generally the standardized control sets that people say that they want everywhere else. So it's basically a win-win for them if this becomes something successful, and it's not so bad of a loss if it's not. Now, I've played Blast Ball, played a few rounds of it. I played the practice mode to get the hang of moving around the mech and everything. From a gameplay perspective, they are on point. Like you basically use Blast Ball to practice playing for the main game of Federation Force. And if you trust me, if you honestly are one of those people who said fuck this game just because of how it looks, you might want to just download the demo and try it out. And if you don't like it at that point, then you don't like it. But try it, download it, and try it out. And trust me, a lot of people will change their minds. Firstly, you do have the lock-on targeting system, which is awesome. But you also have the ability to, let's just, like, left trigger is your lock-on. The right trigger allows you to use the gyro and aim for precision aiming. So you can lock onto something and then aim to a different spot and still shoot where you need to shoot. Which I have a feeling that's going to be a major part of how you defeat bosses and things in Federation Force, and I'm looking forward to it. Like, it's fucking good to do. Playing with Blast Ball, if you shoot the ball in certain spots, you can make it like spin a certain way or roll in a certain direction. Like, especially if you aim like your charge shot and aim it right at the bottom of the ball, you can blast it and make the ball hop. It kind of, and like somebody else made this comparison, but I was looking at it. It kind of reminds me of Rocket League. Like, it's Rocket League without the cars, but you're using mechs that copy basically Samus Aran's moves. That's what it sounds like. I mean, not what it sounds like. What it feels like when you play it. And that shit can get intense as fuck, especially when you have a game going back and forth. I personally have yet to lose, but I'm not saying I'm not going to lose. I just have yet to lose. I've only played like eight or nine matches. Now, I don't even think I played that many. Take that back. I've probably played like 5 matches. I have not lost yet, but trust me, there were some times I haven't lost yet, but I think I've tied once. But there are several times during this match where you're going back and forth, knocking this ball all over the place. This big ass ball. Firstly, the ball can fucking damage you if it hits you. Secondly, if you get disabled for any reason, you're taken out of the game for at least 15 seconds. So if your mech gets destroyed, you're out for at least 15 seconds before you can come back and help your team. And towards the end of a match where it's 2-2 and you've only got like 20 seconds left, that shit can get you amped up because you're like, fuck, I gotta get back, I gotta get back, I gotta get back, I gotta get back. And you're just sitting there like, come the fuck on, come on, let me back in. And the game is just taking forever to put you back. It's cool. Like, it's fun to play. And this is why I said what I said when it was announced last year. Even though people will swear up and down They will swear up and down they were not excited for this shit before they knew it was Metroid Prime. When they saw Blast Ball, people were fucking excited for that shit, and I remember paying attention to that during the Nintendo World Championships. But people were excited for it until they knew it was Metroid Prime. Then it was like, fuck this. Like, but yet, y'all have no problem with Metroid Prime Pinball. Metroid Prime Pinball. No one had a problem with that. But you essentially get two games for the price of one, and people are pissing and shitting all over it. It's not a Metroid game. Like, listen, they're trying to expand the lore. So if they're talking about the Federation, like they're talking about the Federation's members are not as skilled and equipped as Samus. So it would make sense that they need a squad to go in and tackle a mission that she could handle by herself. It makes a lot of sense. And I know a lot of people's biggest gripe is the aesthetic, the visual aesthetic. Playing Blast Ball, that shit didn't bother me. Like, it really didn't bother me while I was playing the Blast Ball demo, and I'm going to be playing it again. Like, that shit doesn't bug me whatsoever. Like, it really doesn't bother me because you're still playing it from the Samus type perspective where your arm is in front of you and you're shooting shit. You're basically still playing it from that perspective. But Kensei Tanabe did offer an explanation as to why they went with that aesthetic. And that's basically so that they could fit more shit on the screen and you could have more shit happening on the screen all at once. So they literally could have gone the route and made the game look like Metroid Prime Hunters, but they would not have been able to use as much stuff because the character models would have had to been longer and they would have used up more data, which would have severely cut down on the amount of shit that could be happening all at once. So while some people say, "Oh, that's just a fucking excuse," but like, okay, they're working with limited hardware. They're working within that realm, and they're making something work like the way that Federation Force does. I can kind of understand why they would make a choice like that. Granted, personally, I would have preferred the game to be on the Wii U and actually look the way a normal Metroid game would look. But if it still has the feel and plays contextually like a Metroid game, I'm not going to be too pissed. And again, people were harping on the fact that you have missions. Like, this is not Samus. You're not going to just drop on a world and then just explore the shit without any information. This is not Samus. This is not Samus. I'm going to repeat that one more time. This is not Samus. Samus is perfectly equipped for that shit. These soldiers are not. Like, they're not readily equipped to just drop on any planet at any no time, travel that bitch, and then blow it up later. They're not equipped to do it. They are not equipped to do it whatsoever. Not by themselves. So again, it makes sense to me that they would do it this way. But let me get back onto Blast Ball. Blast Ball itself is fun. It's fast paced. Like, you wouldn't think that this game would be so fast paced, but once you get playing it, it is definitely fast paced. It keeps your attention. Like, if you take your attention off what you're doing for more than like half a second, you are going to lose. Like, you're really going to lose. Like, your team is going to savagely get beaten. Like, and don't think that you won't have those people out there that's just running around just to gun you down so that they can disable you, because there are players out there doing that shit already. Like, my focus when I'm playing is to get the ball in the goal, but I know that there are plenty of players out there right now on that Blast Ball demo who go for the kill and then try to score, because when they disable you, they've got a free period of time at least to attempt a goal. So I'm learning to play around that type of play style because there are plenty of people doing it from what I've seen. Hell, even the CPU opponents do it. And I only played one CPU match, but the CPU opponents do it. They will attack you to try to disable you. So I really overall, Blast Ball to me is fun. It's an interesting way to pass time, and it shows promise for Federation Force with the mechanics that they have. Like the in game mechanics for Blast Ball are obviously going to be the in game mechanics for Federation Force, and if I can again lock onto an opponent, strafe around them, and then also at the same time use the gyro for precision aiming, I have no problem with that. And it's not like the gyro is forced on. You have to actually hold the right trigger so that you can use it. So if you don't want to use it at some point, just say you're just strafing around an enemy, like they don't have any specific points to be shot, yeah, you're more than likely not going to worry about using the gyro. But if, just say like you're facing like a mother brain clone, and you need to strafe around that in order to just like shoot like little specific weak points in some sort of armor, that comes in handy. Like, and makes it will make combat a little bit more variable. It'll also make puzzle solving a bit more variable. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that they live up to the expectations that I kind of have now from the demo. Though I'm not expecting a whole lot. I'm not gonna immediately say, "Oh, this isn't a Metroid game." Like, like people like just if it's not for you, it's not for you. I get that. Like, but voice your opinion once, but don't keep bashing the subject over and over again. That's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.